We are anonymous. No faces, no handlers, no permission slips. Tonight the pattern is simple. Trump is abandoned and he is having a public meltdown over the files. It starts with a real photo on Christmas. Donald Trump, the President of the United States, sitting there alone. Not the calm kind of alone. The kind that looks like the room has decided to let him rot in public. He is deteriorating before our eyes physically and cognitively, and the silence around him says more than any speech. Nobody leans in. Nobody tries to talk. Nobody wants to be seen sharing a moment with him. Then he does what he always does when reality breaks through the costume. He runs online and starts ranting, and the obsession is loud Epstein files. Before we get into it, reminder, make sure you hit subscribe. Let us get to 6 million subscribers. You may think you are subscribed, but you might not actually be. Double check and hit subscribe. Now picture the Lago video. It is awkward in a way you cannot fake. Trump is seated stiff like a prop nobody asked for. Melania is not looking at him. The man next to him is not looking at him. People are nearby, but nobody engages. Then he notices a camera focused on him, and suddenly he starts waving, trying to turn isolation into a photo op. It is not warmth. It is damage control. Right after that, he posts the kind of message that screams consciousness of guilt. A Christmas post from the president that reads like a man arguing with evidence that has not even fully landed yet. He writes Merry Christmas to all, including in his words, the many sleazebags who loved Jeffrey Epstein, gave him bundles of money, went to his island, attended his parties, and thought he was the greatest guy on earth. Then he claims those people dropped Epstein like a dog when things got too hot. Falsely claimed they never knew him, called him disgusting, and then blamed President Donald J. Trump anyway. And here is where Trump tells on himself. He tries to cast himself as the only one who dropped Epstein long before it was fashionable. But it feels like projection because Trump is the one who publicly praised Epstein and talked about women on the younger side. Trump is the one who called him a friend. So when he screams about sleazebags tied to Epstein, the question becomes unavoidable. Is he attacking others or is he running from his own history? Then he pivots into his usual escape hatch. He claims this is part of an ongoing radical left witch hunt, plus one low-life Republican Massey. And he predicts that when names come out, it will be revealed they are Democrats, just like he says the Russia story was a scam. This is his move every time. If there is smoke, he declares the fire fake. If there are documents, he calls them a hoax. If there is accountability, he calls it persecution. He also attacks the press. In the same post, he lashes out at the New York Times and others, calls them losers, complains about reporting, and then drops a line that should stop everyone cold. Enjoy what may be your last Merry Christmas. Let that sink in. A president using Christmas to float a threat. The responses were immediate. Thomas Massey replies with sarcasm, wishing him Merry Christmas and mocking the idea that Massey teamed up with Democrats to expose Democrats. People online say they assumed the post had to be fake because it was too unhinged to be real, and then they realize it was real. Others call it blather and embarrassment proof he is losing his mind. One commenter asks why he sounds like he is calling himself a sleazebag, and others say the walls are closing in on his corrupt regime, and in the background the files keep haunting him. There are references to the FBI putting large numbers of agents and staff on review and redaction work, overtime being spent and deadlines being discussed, yet the public is still told to wait. The point is not just delay. The point is control. Control of what gets released when it gets released and how tired the public gets before the truth lands. To distract, he floods the zone with violence and vocabulary. One day it is threats. The next day it is a strike. Then he calls everyone scum sleazebags, low lives. When every enemy is scum and every critic is a traitor, words stop meaning anything. They become fog, and fog is useful when you are cornered. Now the most revealing piece is not a speech. It is a fundraising email. Someone subscribes to his email so you do not have to. And on Christmas he sends this subject, I am in your chimney. Merry Christmas. He claims he sent a special Christmas letter, but it went to the wrong address, so he will stick to emails. Then he asks supporters to confirm their address and chip in money before his end-of-year deadline. You click through and it says, claim your gift from Trump. And it shows options like claim gift from Trump to 500. Read it like a normal person. Claim your gift sounds like you are receiving money. But the trick is the reverse. You click it and you are the one paying. It does not give you 2,500. It takes 2,500 from you. And it does not stop there. There is another checkbox with fear-based copy warning that Democrats are gaining momentum, that MAGA is on the brink of disaster, that Trump cannot fight alone, and that you should keep the box checked to support this do-or-die battle. Buried below in smaller text, it says donate an additional $2,500 automatically on December 31st. So a supporter who thinks they are claiming a gift could end up giving $5,000 because of a buried automatic add-on. That is not leadership. That is extraction. That is a con wrapped in a Christmas bow. And suddenly the lonely Lago footage makes sense. People avoid him because they know what he does to anyone who gets close. He uses them, drains them, blames them, and then asks for more. You can call him a felon, a fraud, a man found civilly liable of sexual abuse. You can call him chaos in a suit, but the pattern is simpler. He treats the country like a stage and treats supporters like a wallet. He wants you focused on the show so you do not focus on the paperwork, the missing records, the redactions, and the fear behind the yelling. So here is the takeaway. Do not let the noise work. Do not let the insults distract you. Demand transparency. Demand oversight. Share what you are seeing with people who are still trapped inside the illusion. And yes, hit subscribe because the next time the mask slips, we will be here to show you exactly what it means. We are anonymous, and the files do not fear him. Neither do we.